You walk into the room, not saying much, not looking for anyone, just observing. You're calm, you're grounded, and you don't even notice it, but her eyes find you almost instantly. She watches the way you lean back instead of forward, the way your eyes move slowly, like you've got nowhere to be. While other guys are fumbling over each other for attention, laughing a little too loud, tossing out jokes that don't quite land, you're just there, present, still, untouched by the noise, and somehow you stand out more than all of them combined. You probably don't see it. You think you're just being quiet, or maybe even overlooked. But from her perspective, that silence, it roars, because women don't feel attraction through logic. They feel it in their bodies, in their nervous systems, in how safe, challenged, or fascinated they feel around someone. And the very first thing they feel before you ever open your mouth is your energy, your presence. You know that guy at the party who isn't talking much, but everyone seems to be aware of him anyway. That's presence. It's in the way he stands, the way he listens without needing to respond, the way he looks around like he already belongs. She glances over once. Then again. Her laughter is a little louder when you're near. She starts picking up the rhythm of your silence. And here's the thing. Most guys miss this entirely. They think attention is earned through words. But what women remember, what gets under their skin, is the man who's hard to rattle, who seems like he has nothing to prove, because he genuinely doesn't. You're not chasing validation. You're not filling silence out of fear. You're just there, comfortable with yourself. And that, ironically, makes her feel less in control. Because now she's wondering, why does he feel so different? Is he ignoring me? Or is he just above this? That's the power of grounded energy. It's not arrogance. It's not apathy. It's mastery. It tells her, I'm not here to impress you, but I notice you. And if we connect, it'll be on my terms. And once you understand that, you move differently. You speak less, but everything. You say it lands heavier. You become the emotional center of the room, even in silence. So the next time you walk into a room, try this. Slow your breathing. Drop your shoulders. Move deliberately. Say less. Own your space without trying to take it, because presence isn't something you perform. It's something you embody. And once she feels it, she won't be able to look away. It's 1:13 a.m. The party is winding down. Everyone's half distracted, scrolling or talking in fragments. And that's when she says something unexpected. I don't know why I'm even telling you this. She looks away. There's a pause. Her voice is quieter now, more raw. She's letting you see something unfiltered, something she doesn't share with just anyone. In that moment, you have two choices. You can panic and fill the silence, or you can stay still and just listen. Most men get this moment wrong. They try to fix it, offer advice, change the subject out of awkwardness. But you just nod. Maybe say something simple, like, I hear you. No judgment. No big emotional reaction. Just calm, present, solid. And that's when something shifts. See, women crave emotional safety more than they'll ever admit. Not softness, not weakness, safety. The kind that lets her unfold without fear of being judged, corrected, or abandoned. And when she feels it, she associates that feeling with you. Because while other guys try to impress her with stories, achievements, or how many books they've read on psychology, you actually see her. You're not pushing for more than she wants to give. You're not overwhelmed by her emotion. You're just holding the space. You're the guy she texts later that night, even though she swore she wouldn't. You're the one whose voice she replays in her head. Not because you were flashy, but because in a world of men who talk too much and listen too little, you were different. And make no mistake, This doesn't mean you pedestal her. You're not putting her above you. You're not playing therapist or giving her a pass for bad behavior. You're just steady. When she cries, you don't flinch. When she's cold, you don't collapse. When she's unsure, you don't rush to fix. You simply witness. That's what makes her feel safe. That's what makes her crave you. Because now, you're not just some guy she met. You're the one who saw her without flinching. And that burns. Deeper than attraction. It becomes addictive. Next time she shares something heavy, resist the urge to fix it. Look her in the eyes and say, "You're not alone in that." Then let the silence breathe. She remember that moment. Long after she forgets everyone else in the room. It always starts with a smile. That half smirk you can't quite suppress. She says something teasing, maybe trying to get a rise out of you, and instead of playing along like every other guy, you lean back, raise an eyebrow, and hit her right back with it. "Oh, look at you," you say, voice low but playful. "Starting drama already? That didn't take long." And just like that, the game shifts. Her eyes widen for a split second. She's caught off guard. Because most guys, when she teases, either freeze or laugh nervously, trying to keep her happy. But you're not fazed. You play the game, but on your terms. This is the third sign. You're playful, but with sharp edges. You don't just make her comfortable. You challenge her. In a way that feels fun, not cruel. And the result? She starts chasing your attention without even realizing it. Picture it. You're sitting at a table surrounded by friends. She makes a sarcastic remark about you being too quiet. Instead of getting defensive, you lean in and say, with that sly grin, "Careful. Keep talking like that, and I might start thinking you're obsessed with me." Boom. Tension. Laughter. And beneath it all, electricity. You flip the script. You're not chasing her approval. You're giving her just enough pushback to keep her intrigued. And here's the key most men miss. Playful challenge isn't about putting her down or playing games. It's about sparking curiosity, keeping things unpredictable, showing her that you can match her energy and even raise the stakes. Because deep down, women are wired to crave this dance, the teasing, the banter, the not knowing what you'll say next. And when you master it, you become unforgettable. Her inner monologue, it shifts immediately. Did he just call me out? But why does that feel exciting? She finds herself leaning in, laughing harder, touching your arm accidentally, playing with her hair more than usual. That's when you know it's working. And here's something to remember. You're the kind of guy who pays attention. Most men would miss this moment entirely, but you won't. So next time she throws a playful jab, don't just brush it off. Lean in, smirk, and say it lightly. "Careful, or you'll make me think you actually like me." Watch what happens. Next, there's a moment that always catches her off guard. It's when she's asking you questions, digging into your past, your stories, your dreams, and instead of spilling everything like every other guy, you smile. You hold back. You answer just enough to keep her interested, but not enough to fully satisfy her curiosity, and it drives her crazy in the best way possible. This is the fourth sign, and perhaps the most misunderstood. Emotional independence. See, most guys think connection comes from sharing everything, oversharing, dumping their entire life story onto the table, hoping it'll make her feel closer. But what they don't realize is, mystery is magnetic. When she can't fully read you, when there are layers she knows exist but can't quite access, it hooks her. Picture this. You're out on a quiet walk together. She asks you about your last relationship. Most guys would start explaining every detail, why it ended, what went wrong, how they've learned so much. But not you. You smile. You pause. Then you say, calmly, "It was complicated, but I learned exactly what I needed to." And then you change the subject, effortlessly. She laughs nervously, but she can't stop wondering what you meant. Her mind keeps spinning. She wants to know more. You've planted the seed. Now, instead of feeling like she has you figured out, she's leaning and subconsciously chasing the emotional breadcrumb trail you've left behind. And here's the deeper truth most men never see. When you don't reveal everything, it's not because you're cold or distant. It's because you're self-contained. You're not desperate for connection. You don't need validation through sharing. You're whole with or without her. That energy, it's irresistible. Because every time she tries to pull more from you, she's investing, she's chasing, she's getting emotionally involved without even noticing. And that creates a bond far deeper than words. In her mind. It starts as curiosity, but before long, it becomes fascination, obsession. She starts to wonder, why can't I stop thinking about him? What else is he not telling me? And it's not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about having boundaries, emotional ones. You know what's worth sharing. And what's better left unsaid. So the next time she asks something personal, try this. Pause. Smile. Hold eye contact for just a moment longer than usual. Then say, maybe I'll tell you someday. Then smoothly change the subject without apology. That's how you create emotional independence. That's how you become the man she can't walk away from. This is where most men fail. They can handle teasing. They can stay calm. They can even keep a little mystery. But the moment she tests their boundaries, whether through subtle disrespect, emotional games, or even backhanded compliments, they fold. They get needy, defensive, or worse. They let it slide. Not you. You've already seen too much to play that game. Because the most magnetic men, the ones she truly can't forget, are the ones who live by one unbreakable rule. They walk away from disrespect, without words, without drama, without hesitation. Let me paint the scene. You're both out, maybe grabbing drinks. The mood is light, playful. Then, out of nowhere, she tests you, throws a jab disguised as a joke. Wow, you're really full of yourself, aren't you? Now most guys would panic. Laugh it off, apologize, or worse, try to one-up her. But not you. You lock eyes with her, dead calm. No anger, no ego, just certainty. You lean back, finish your drink, and say with a smooth, quiet voice, I don't play those games. Then you stand up, and you leave, not out of spite, not to cause a scene, simply because your self-respect matters more than her approval. And here's what most men don't realize. That moment, it burns into her memory, because no man ever does that. No man ever calmly, confidently walks away without needing to prove anything. And the second you leave, something shifts inside her. At first, it's shock, then confusion, and then attraction. Did I just push him too far? She wonders. Wait, why do I want him more now? She starts replaying the moment, obsessing over it, wondering if she misread you or if she crossed a line. That's the power of self-respect. It's not about controlling her. It's about controlling yourself. You know what you tolerate, and you know what you don't. And here's the truth. Women respect men who respect themselves. Even if they test those boundaries in the moment, deep down, they crave the man who won't bend. Because that man, he's rare. He's grounded. And he's unforgettable. So here's your simple action step. Next time anyone crosses your boundary, don't explain. Don't argue. Don't negotiate. Just calmly walk away. No words. No show. And watch how everything changes. There's a moment in every man's life when he meets a woman he can't forget. Maybe it happened to you already. Maybe it's still coming. But here's the truth that most men never understand. She never forgot you either. And it wasn't because of how you looked or what you said. or even what you had, Dot. It was because of how you made her feel, Dot. Imagine this. She's sitting with her friends. Years from now. They're swapping stories, talking about the men who came and went, the ones they dated, the ones they almost loved. And then, your name comes up. Her eyes soften. Her voice lowers. She laughs to herself, almost embarrassed. And she says, God, I don't even know what it was about him, but I could never quite get over that guy. Why? Because you had all 5 signs, woven together, subtle but unstoppable. She remembers your calm presence, the way you could quiet a room without trying. She remembers how safe she felt with you, yet how you never pedestalized her. You saw her fully, but you never lost yourself in her. She remembers your playful edge, the way you teased her in a way that made her heart race and her walls crumble. How you were always fun, but just a little out of reach. She remembers the mystery, the things you didn't say, the questions you never fully answered, the parts of yourself she could never quite unlock. And above all, she remembers the day you walked away, that moment when you chose yourself over her approval. That was the moment everything clicked, Dot, because suddenly it wasn't just attraction. It wasn't just fun. It wasn't even romance, Dot. It was respect. And that's what makes a man unforgettable. Not just presence, not just safety, not just mystery, but the combination of all of it. A man who has fun but never begs. A man who connects but never chases. A man who listens but never loses himself. A man she can't walk away from, even when you've already walked away from her, Dot. And here's the secret most guys miss. You don't chase this energy. You become it, Dot. Start with self-respect. Everything else will follow. Let's bring it all together. Because right now, you're holding the blueprint to a type of energy that most men will never even glimpse. The energy of the man she can't walk away from. The signs? They're subtle, but once you spot them, you see them everywhere. Dot. First, your calm, grounded presence. You walk into a room and instantly shift the atmosphere. No words needed. Second, emotional safety. You make her feel seen without judgment, without fixing, without any EDINESS. Third, playful challenge. You flirt with edge and humor. You tease her, but you never chase. Fourth, emotional independence. You leave just enough mystery to keep her coming back, wondering, guessing. Fifth, self-respect. The ultimate game changer. You walk away from disrespect, without words, without hesitation. Now ask yourself, how many of these signs do you already embody? Which ones do you need to lean into more? Here's your psychological checklist. Calm. Grounded presence? Check. Emotional safety without pedestalizing? Check. Playful, challenging energy? Check. Mysterious emotional independence? Check. Unshakable self-respect and boundaries? Check. Every time you walk into a room, every time you speak with her, every time you let your actions speak louder than words, you're reinforcing this energy. And here's the truth. Once you start living this way, not performing it, not faking it, but truly being it, you'll notice something strange. You won't chase women anymore. They'll chase you. Because deep down, she doesn't want a perfect man. She wants a man she can't quite figure out. A man she can't quite walk away from. And today, that man is you.